NHL, Alienware, Betway, Logitech G, and Pay Safeguard. Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Huge game about to commence here in the city of Cologne, Germany. MIBr, made in Brazil. Your Brazilian organization, they're under new colors, and the idea is they're supposed to have got all of that out of the way. A fresh start for the Brazilian roster, as they've already got themselves a 100% win rate in the upper bracket. Their first debut game, of course, was a success. They go up against none other than FaZe Clan, and this is an important match. Unfortunately, not too much time to talk about it, so let's get straight into the nitty-gritty. I, of course, have two smart people. I have Sponge and YNK to talk about it, and let's just go into the vetoes. Let's start talking about that and comprehend exactly how this best of three will be influenced by the maps in play.
Yeah, probably one of the most difficult vetoes to predict really in the scene, because with these two teams, there's always mind games going on. Not necessarily in the vetoes in the first phase, but more so in the picks, right? Like you sometimes see MIBr when they were SK, they would pick overpass into FaZe when FaZe was beating everyone and SK was losing to them on the map, and then they would still beat them like 16-3. So I think there's not much point in trying to predict. I would expect to see Cash at some point because both teams have been good on it, but maybe as a decider.
Yeah, potentially a third, though. I feel like obviously Nuke's going to be the band from Made in Brazil. That tends to be the map that they lean away from time and time again. And then if you're the likes of FaZe, you can pick what, you have your pickings in this situation.
FaZe been playing Dust2 at all?
Yes, they played it yesterday against Boot and they beat them 16-9.
Okay, so that doesn't really...
But you think about how scary this roster can be, like, because Croman just put him in the B bomb site, and then you have your AWPers who can just swing around the map. You got Nico and Guardian can basically do it all. Rain and Carrigan just locking down positions as anchors, what they're normally doing. It's a very strong map for them. But I think for MIBr as well, it can be a map that can be hugely snowball based. Like they can have Stewie just run up Cat and just crack open that A bomb site single-handedly. When I say Stewie, Fur can do it, Fallen can do it. They can all do it. This is the thing. So any Dust2s that come into the mix, any Cache picks that come into the mix, they can really, there you go, there's the Dust2 pick from
MIBr have chosen to take that one. And I just want to quickly ask you, Yanko, about this Inferno ban from FaZe, because FaZe are pretty good at it, and we had this whole meme about MIBr picking it when they were bad at it.
Yeah, but I think that isn't true anymore. I think this was more for SK around the time of the maybe major, like earlier on in the year, and then they started putting in a lot of work on the map, and they became a lot better, especially now Fallen and Stewie on that B bomb site. It seems like they've figured it out to a good extent, because that used to be the weak spot for the Brazilians, and we see FaZe with the Mirage pick, not really a massive surprise, being comfortable on that map for such a long time.
For just to go on MIBr here on their maps played for Dust2, it's an 80% win. They've played the map 5 times.
Okay.
They've won 4 out of the 5.
Interesting. And some tough opponents in there as well?
So they've beaten Space Soldiers, Ghost, Avantgarde, and Optic.
So no.
But they were all pantsings. They were all 16-6 or better.
So this is going to be very interesting and exciting for fans around the world. You get to see MIBr against a tier 1 opposition on the newest map in the map pool in their new jerseys. It's going to be a lot of fun and a bit of a first for some people. What else have we got going on that veto? By overpass, you were talking about that, Yanko. We're not going to see it.
Cash and Train left. I think you would expect FaZe to go for Cash, right? Because Train, they haven't played it really that many times. They're playing with Croman, all of you used to hold that B bomb site, so can Croman just slot in there as well, or do you need to switch things around? I think this might be a case of, did we prepare for this and want to target, because this is a weakness for both teams, really.
Yeah,
and Cash is the strength, so it depends which way you go, and maybe FaZe has been working on Train to some extent to exploit it in this series.
I was going to say, FaZe on the T side of Train is normally quite lackluster. It relies on getting like Nico out main to find some opening kills. They don't really have that many strategies off the bat.
Or just Guardian getting some picks with the AWP, which is not consistent. I mean, it's not something you can count on as it's going to win you rounds time and time again.
A fun game for us to end this segment, then we haven't got much time, but just a win condition for Dust2 for the team you think is going to win. What do they have to do in order to pick up that Dust2?
I think, getting on top of the economy for FaZe and locking down to make sure Fallen can't get the AWP going. I think Guardian and Nico are probably a stronger AWPing duo than any of the AWPers that can come from the side from MIBr.
So get them out of those scary hands. What about you, Yanko?
I think for MIBr, they need to stay focused, right? Because I think actually Fur and Stewie, this map is perfect for them. Like Chad pointed out, like they can just wreak havoc on different parts of the map. Then you have an amazing closer like coldzera. So just like stay focused, and if you don't lose any silly rounds, I think MIBr can be really strong here.
Let's get it going. MIBr versus FaZe Clan, the map Dust2, and it's a spot in the playoffs on the line.
A spot in the playoffs, indeed, and they'd love to do it the easy way, get there as quickly as possible. Made in Brazil started off with a 100% track record by winning their only official match so far. coldzera led the way. And
yes.
FaZe, as always, put the best foot forward early on as well.
MIBr on the T side of Dust2 here. Where you see Kevlar across the board for FaZe. No one of any utility, no defuse kit most notably. And a very slow default here. You can see a CT in towards lower B. That's Nico. See whether he can capitalize upon that position. Got Rain to back him up from short.
Stewie to hold. They're expecting further aggression in middle. Rightfully so, because here comes Rain. Nails Stewie. Long way to retreat down catwalk. No one swung from top middle. I thought he might have gotten away with it, but Bolt's recovered. Nico's behind him. He had no idea. Great shot from Bolts, nonetheless, to find Rain in that angle. Potentially could have amounted to no kills, if not for his great accuracy, but the positioning better from Nico. Fallen has one-upped him in turn as he tried to swing back through the tunnels and catch off positionally anyone rotating back through CT spawn, or the T-spawn, excuse me. Speaking of the CT spawn, that's where Croman just arrived from middle through window. He'll accompany Guardian to hold off the B site. No guarantee they go there, though. Even that kill on Nico says otherwise, because they can open up the rest of the map as they please. And Croman actually rotating in there so early means that he gives up information at middle. So pressure on Kerrigan. It's going to be a 3-on-1, essentially, inside of the bomb site. The retake will have to happen. As Kerrigan comes up with something absolutely brilliant. Flashed off, won't spot the drop. Fallen should overwhelm the angle. He's taking some damage on the fall. Fur going to go down surely, but it's Kerrigan's ammo depleted in doing so, and somehow he buys some time for himself. Time enough that the bomb needs to be recovered, and Guardian's in position, but Fallen hits that shot quickly as ever. Time is gone.
Indeed.
My mistake. I thought they had more to work with. I was so caught up watching Kerrigan's position, I thought they were going to get away with it. So that single kill was enough.
They get all the kills, but there wasn't enough time. It's FaZe that steal it away at the last few moments there. It will be 1-0 in their favor. MIBr are going to be, of course, forced by Fallen with 4 kills. And the bomb was not planted in the end. Here he comes, jumps down towards CD spawn, realizing they can't plant anymore. 3 seconds of clock, has to read 4 for there to be a plan. But there we go. 1-0 MIBr now with Deagle's scouts, and that scout certainly doing some damage there as it finds the first. Takes down Guardian. Nico will pick up the scouts as a result. A chance here now. coldzera the USP, no armor. Wanted to save his cash. Or drop, I think he dropped the scout maybe, I'm not sure. So he's got nothing really. Oh, I guess he got no money for surviving past the timer.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what happened. There we go.
Yeah, no, they were 2 alive after the time.
Indeed.
Cole, that sucks as well, because that affects all the way to the first gun round. Especially with no bomb plant on this round. It's going to hurt them quite significantly, but still a 4-on-4. Good shot, as you say, Guardian using that scout to good effect early on. Stewie tagged to 17 as well, which means chance to go beyond that. With that scout now in his hands. Nico on the site will use one of his own. Flashed off, perfect timing on the flash, allows them to drop down, puts them in sight of Rain. But the smoke lands and Rain can't capitalize. He's got to push through. He's trying to spray, rather. Even though there's a gap at the top of the smoke, he wants damage dealt to aid his teammates. coldzera drops the bomb, and that could be the problem. This time they got some time to recover it, but it could be the problem in the round because of buy time and space, which means the guns, no armor, and it's a matter of time before everyone's gone. 2-0 for FaZe.
Lovely work there by Kerrigan. He was actually playing long at the start of the round. Use the information. Had a gut feeling middle would be clear. Pushes out the long doors, comes up short, denies the plan, finds 3 kills, farms a load of cash, and that's going to send MIBr to a full eco here. I'd say FaZe are the heavy favorites going into this one. It's not a best of 3. Not an elimination game this time. Looking for a place in the playoffs. FaZe of the 3-0 start. Maybe getting a bit ahead of myself, but it should be just Glocks and 1 PT50, yeah.
Fallen waiting patiently. This time will get disposed of quite quickly by Rain. Guardian, equal task to Stewie as he pushed in with the UMP. He's not going to slow down there. Nose Cold's gone to the corner. Bomb down. Round gone. Perfect start for FaZe. Prediction came in, I saw, from Helvor on Twitter. That, of course, being Vendetta. That FaZe would take this series.
I think that's a good, educated prediction. We'll see whether that comes in. FaZe, certainly the better unit right now. MIBr don't really have the deepest map pool. Dust2.
Yesterday, they looked brutal for the first half of that game. They pulled it back. Fair play to them, but man, oh man, it did not look convincing.
Right, here we go. Double orb set up, Nico and Guardian. Quite a scary prospect for the Brazilians here. Carrigan has been known to struggle sometimes towards long, but nice play from so far. Oh my goodness, Stewie 2K completely eviscerates Nico on the A bomb site. He had an orb. He just got his head blown off and Fur waiting for the reaction. That's what Dust2's all about. If you lose one part of the map, you need to try and readdress the issue by pushing somewhere like B. That's very common. And Fur didn't see them coming that quickly. Down they go, and they find the kill on him. So they've got long control here, but there's players heading towards T spawn. That's going to be Guardian.
I was going to say they've got long and nothing else. The fact that Croman was able to push through and get that kill gives Guardian all of the map that he wants. And an 8WP at T-spawn to shoot down the backside of middle. I don't think Fallen's long for life. Stuck in the corner. Top suicide. He's going to look toward long. That might give Fallen a chance to escape because the angle's not being watched. But Stewie becomes the hot foot because he needs to try and cross over at long and catch off players so they can get a plant. Kerrigan missing a shot, but they reveal exactly where they're positioned. This will change things for Guardian as well, who still holds for rotations. Good find from Cold. Smoke now down, they can cross as well. Rain just barely had a chance to fire at Stewie. Blinded as he were, he fell off the angle and then actually kept him alive. Allows Stewie to wrap around and find Rain, but Croman disposed of Cold via a nade. Still though, it's a 3-on-1 and Croman the last alive. He's gonna go for the jump shots. Didn't even get any damage done from it. And he's in a triangulated position with Fallen able to sneak in, the man who was nearly found by Guardian early on.
Well, there we go. An opening pick. Lovely one. On towards Nico. Stewie took him down with a single bullet at that AK. Removes the AWPer. The reaction from the CTs came through. That was the push towards B. And it seemed like a possible round at one point. Then all of a sudden, numbers dropped and Carrigan, with an awkward exchange on the A-bomb site, had the AWP and the M4 trying to juggle between the two. Couldn't hear any of the shots. And now we find ourselves with a UMP for FaZe and a Deagle as well. So a good chance for MIBr to capitalize here and start posting consecutive rounds. That would do nicely to kick things off.
From Stu. Any other events? I shouldn't say any other event, but if it was a major, any other event wouldn't matter. But if it was a major, we'd have a graffiti on the wall for him inside of that tunnel, I'm sure.
Sure.
So Fur comes out from Catwalk. Molotov's onto the site. Very common Molotov. That clears boxes. Very small gap in that smoke. Won't make any difference. Guardian's not playing on that angle. He's back toward the car instead. So mid occupied by Croman. Wants information if they drop down off Cat or if they try and split. Gives up B in the process. Rain and Guardian playing very passively. If Guardian can hit an op on the cross when they walk out, if they walk out Cat, chance in the round for FaZe Clan even still. The fact that Stewie's putting a bit of utility inside of the B site will pique the interest of Croman. Good play. Guardian takes down Fur. That's exactly what I was mentioning. That's exactly what they need because now he can control the angle. Blinded. He had another shot, but Cold still had vision, and Stewie will cut off Croman. The round should be done at this point. They know exactly where Rain is. Bomb will go down with 12 seconds. 11, fair enough. They'll get the plants, and a second for MIBr.
Indeed.
No kit for Rain, just to note, even though he looks like he's considering it. I think he just wants to get guns down at this point. There is a kit to his right now where Guardian fell, so maybe he does give this a chance. Maybe he does give it a go. Unfortunately, Stewie's got other ideas.
There we go. Another good round there from MIBr. As against a very weak buy of FaZe. They had 3 rifles and 1 pistol and a UMP. Or as the pistol went down first, Nico towards short, just that deagle. Could do nothing about it, and at that point it was just a process. Get closer and closer, trade out kills, take them down, and that was quite convincing in the end. MIBr up against the full eco now. It's just USPs and 1 PT50 for FaZe. Mac 10 for bolts, well read, and Croman gets hit through the door there. Fallen takes him down to 11 HP. Should be a guaranteed kill here for Fur, not quite. Maybe the nade will catch him. He actually gets punished for it, as Rain will find him with that PT50. Bolts ideally wanted to grab the rifle and fall back, but instead he'll take a couple of kills. Now he upgrades. They've got a 4 versus 3 with 2 players very low indeed.
Stewie back onto the stairs. We'll catch out Guardian pushing through pistols and no armor, no contest, no round. We're gonna go 3-3. Kerrigan gets all the way up to the top of mid. Fair enough. You know, one thing that I miss the most?
What's that?
Do you remember the face that was on the wall in this map?
Face?
It was right here.
Oh, I see what you mean, like it made out the windows.
Yeah, it was the 2 windows and the barrel, and it looked like he was sticking out his tongue. That needed to stay. That's like the bells on Inferno to me. It was an essential quality of the map.
Well, gone but not forgotten. As MIBr do tie things up. M4's out this time for FaZe. No Guardian AWP. That is a little bit of problem for them. Faster play from Fur as they go towards the mid doors here. Nico's been boosted up towards short. I'm sure the CTs was spotted there in spawn. Croman apparently was not. Is he good for 2? He certainly is, but surely he'll be taken down by Stewie at this point. He'll survive for now. B bomb site is completely open as they flash over. No one on the other side.
Stewie works back in, AK in hand to fortify B, clear out the back corners before the bomb carelessly walked in, as it might have been, if not for that. So throw it across, perhaps. AWP is going to do exactly that, as Fallen doesn't want to reveal any position and go back toward the tunnels to control the angle. There's still a man down in this, so FaZe will arrive. Don't have any kits to work with, however, so they're going to go quickly. Pre-fire through the door to find out where Bolt is, and he'll fire back. That confirms 1 position. So he's under the window. That one might be somewhat anticipated, but still a lot of work. Utility to help the take. Further flash for the entrance of 2 players. Kerrigan has fallen. That's the AWP. There's a real chance they can pull this off as Rain finds Bolts. It's all on to Stewie under the window. They knew he was there. And they've got the time. Just barely going to have the time, but they will on the 10-second defuse. They're actually already running just in case. Even they're not sure, and now I'm not either. Oh, just barely.
There we go. A little bit uncomfortable, but it was fine. 3 players survived. Remember, that was a round when they had no AWP or kits or utility. They boosted a player up towards short and got the intel. They were going through the mid doors, and that's where Croman had to step up, got 2 kills. He is still technically the stand-in right now. Olof still on the bench for personal reasons. So Croman, great performance and instrumental in their victory over in Brazil.
The impression that when Olaf said he was coming back once already and then didn't, it might be a while.
Yeah. And that's fair.
And fair play. I mean, committed his life to the game. If life's got issues that need to be focused on, that's totally fine, by me at least. I'm sure he doesn't care what other people think anyway, but that's just my 2 cents on it. Fallen trying to hold the old crack angle, as I used to call it, because there's that little bit of a crack in the wall you'd hold against to try and do so where the light pole used to be, but no one presenting themselves toward Catwalk for him. They did have a little boost onto the box to see lower tunnels. That's now smoked off. They're still there. They aren't going to try and hold it in quite the same fashion at this point. Bit of utility could go a long way. Now they'll put Rain back up as that smoke is due to dissolve at any moment.
Wow. 1 minute remaining. No frags found just yet. Fallen. AWP waiting for any sort of aggression towards short, and he does jump up. I'm not sure he spotted Rain. Well, he does that as Cold Zera gives the call, and he'll have to fall back. Looks like a B split to me. We'll see. No one in upper B right now, so perhaps not. Flashing up towards short to allow Fur to get a bit of intel there. Maybe gets a bit more as he goes to the frag. Tags one of them very low indeed. That's Nico on 23. Flashes over, now falls back. Lucky to be alive, to be honest. And now they have got short control, but still, time is a bit of an issue. Bomb's still down in lower B, and it does look like the split will come through. Smoke down. Nico jumping up on the boxes here. Oh, this is smart. This could be everything for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with Guardian taking the aggro, that's all too easy. Cold can't even find him. He knows that he's on the box somewhere. He's like, I'm not even going to spray back at him just in case, but watch toward B. Croman manages one, blinded off the angle. He has to give it up. Nico falls to Cold eventually. He was low on HP, but it's Kerrigan and now at long. Everywhere MIBr thinks there's space, it's taken away somewhere else on the map. So push B, for example, suddenly they lose A. Kerrigan gets behind them. Run out of time again this round, but they'll keep the op at the very least. So it won't matter that Fallen didn't die because the op is going to be extremely valuable. They could force around it. Unlikely should at 5-3.
Is the coach of MIBr dead? Or Ricardo, as the show says?
I was just noticing that too. It doesn't say dead.
Yeah. Yes, Ricardo's a bit friendlier.
Yeah, a little bit.
Straight up dead. So let's have a look at the next round. Fur has got an okay spawn for long. I don't think he'll be using it. And they've saved the AWP. They're going to force up around it, as you can see. There's Roban. And they've got Galil, 3 AKs, AWP. It's not too bad. I thought they'd have a little less, to be honest. But Fallen saving the AWP is going to help them out drastically. But back to the double AWP setup for FaZe, 5-3. As we head into round number 9 now. Top scorers for each team. Rain on 7-4 for FaZe. Stewie with 7-5 on MIBr. Fur is on 1-8. That's not the best few months, but Fallen straight through the door, straight through the smoke. Does find the opening kill. Will it be the power play where they don't straight in towards the site? Doesn't look like it. And it's going to be throwing off some flashbangs and suggesting they're coming through.
So Renegades knocked out Booties. Dreamscape. I think Booties has a nicer ring to it. As Rain takes out Stewie.
They had an okay game against FaZe. I think it was 16-9. So that's
that was a close shot.
So commiserations then, the third team to go. Starting to be whistled down now, aren't they?
So we're certainly getting there.
MIP, Boots, and Gambit's gone.
And Liquid.
And Liquid, you're right.
Yeah, we got 4. Leg shot. That, again, was so close to being a headshot. He just happened to jump when the trigger was pulled. Rain, Fur will take out Nico. Already sitting with 46 is going to start to reconsider position toward middle with Guardian. It's Kerrigan alone on the site. He wants an off angle. He wants to catch them in this smoke. He might do so. Goes by the barrel. I thought he would play that for cover, but he actually wants to get right in their face. Spot the feet, drop the bomb, back away, blinding everyone in the process because Fur had to reposition while throwing a flash. And everyone was taken out of the picture for a moment, and then Kerrigan comes back into it swiftly with 2 kills. Fur and Cold go down. It's just bolts.
It's really well played by Kerrigan. Holding the A sights, knows he's going to be focused towards. He tries to play right max them, and by that smoke, that was actually really smart. So there we go. Bolts now in a 3 versus 1 time, again running low. That felt like an MIBr round guaranteed. Not until Kerrigan got into the mix, though. Aggressive, manages to get 3 pretty beautiful kills, actually, with the AK. Uses brain, not his brawn, with that one. They just didn't anticipate him being anywhere near that smoke, and that's a very rare position for a CDP player. You'd assume he's on the site or on the ramp.
Jason might know this. It was a North American player in like 2015, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe even 2014, when there was a smoke on the corner, just stayed in the smoke the whole time. And they walked on Dust2, like right on that corner, and they they walked around playing at the bomb, and he was just sitting there. I want to say it was Roka, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell for me, but those kind of plays are always a lot of fun to cast, especially when the whole crowd's going crazy, no one knows what's going on. That's always a lot of fun. But this is a Nico, so MIBr lose the first pick. That's Nico who took down the long push. That was Fallen taken down. You'll see a lot of long takes happen, especially when the good spawns come through. But for now, 5 versus 4, no armor, only 1 flashbang to work with on the MIBr side.
Rain gets there in the end. Took a while, took pretty much all of the ammo that he had in that mag. He falls on the other side of the doorway. Cold and Fur now have to go back to recover the bomb. At the very least, 6-3, looking to become 7. Double op setup is looking solid. Guardian doesn't quite hit the shot on Fur. Nico being the second opper this time around. Cold sitting with 4 kills, 6 deaths. Again, led the way for MIBr yesterday once he started getting consistently on the frag chart. It became a problem, and they overwhelmed their opposition. Patience for Nico. I think he spotted the foot from Fur on the run boost, but knew naturally there would be a second player, so why not? Hold for that instead, and he'll take down Cold. 3 kills overall, 7-3.
Here we go. Nico will steal away a little deagle there at the end, just to note. So, We get into round number 11 now. Money starting to look a bit more favorable for MIBr. They do get a full buy, but no full in AWP, I'm afraid. 5 AK-47s. Fur has got a decent long spawn. He's looking to possibly take it. We'll see what happens. It was Nico who was there to greet them before. So Fur not going to be going for it. Just going to be smoking the corner of long instead.
Just to note as well, in the lower bracket semi-final of Group A, Ents and Mouse Sports are currently in overtime on Inferno.
Oh, Ents are up like 13 to
They
8
were
or
up
something.
quite a
Yeah.
ways, but it is in overtime now, so.
Well, they're having a cracking tournament, aren't they?
Yeah, impressive. Certainly made short work of NIP. Rain pushing back through CT is prime position until such time as the smoke is deployed, and therefore he won't be able to see through, but Guardian certainly still can see, and stealing the aggro, that's Rain's invitation for arrival. Not that Rain ever needs an invitation. I like a clear forecast. So does coldzera, apparently, because he'll take down Guardian and Rain in the process. Now works toward the site, but Croman's waiting for his arrival, and it's 8-3 for FaZe.
Nice work by Croman. Holds his nerve. And so did Rain for that fact. In fact, he was waiting in CT spawn. It's always a very difficult push to hold off. If you're in CT spawn, they smoke you out. Obviously, they know you're on the other side. You need to find the right timing, coordination with your teammates to push through that smoke. And they weren't even looking at him. So I'm not sure if that was great play by Rain or just pretty sloppy stuff from MIBr. No one seemed to be aware of the prospect he could come through from CT. Either way, this is not a forced buy, it's a partial. And Stewie gets absolutely destroyed by Guardian. We've all been there. CT does find the opening pick. And it will be the 5-on-4 now, and the scout in the hands of Fallen.
Molotov at the doorway. Rain will work back out from CT. Actually wants to take advantage of the fact that that Molotov could potentially presume to be clearing behind the door, and then he sneaks in, hoping that they might overlook him. Bit of a different complexion to the backside of that door now with the small cubby that he's in. Opposed to getting right up behind the wood itself. Guardian starts off by taking Fur. Stewie had gone previously. That's 2 for Guardian, and it's early picks for FaZe that have been unanswered from MIBr. Nico can't quite collect. Rain's fully blind, but he can run down the ramp to get away because Flames won't allow them to drop over. Good shot from Cole. Kerrigan is able to recover with no contest toward long. He can already swing to support. Bolts trying to do what he can with a CZ. Looks rather desperate. He's out of ammo. Let's go. A knife did win. Oh, okay. A knife did win, if you remember from Croman, the last event for FaZe's perspective.
I don't remember the knife.
And Billow Horizontal, remember he ran out of ammo and he was slashing at the box, and then they couldn't get the defuse because they got confused for that split second.
Yeah, that's right.
My mind overloaded completely.
That's right. Oh, that was on Dust2 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Under the window, he'd run out of ammo, and yeah.
Oh, that was
now
really
Sports FaZe, map 5.
Just to note, this is MIBr's pick, and it ain't going too well right now. We go to Mirage, and their map pool has looked weak as of late. So they don't pick up Dust2. Could be a quick 2-0 here. Haven't really done much here on the T side, but still, they've got 3 more rounds to go. Now with the full buy again. But FaZe just looks so in charge. They'll be pushing off towards short, the AWP. Nico, protected by the smoke, can actually afford to look all the way towards top and middle. As that dissipates, they'll have to fall back. 1 minute 20. CT's with double orbs again, AK for Carrigan. Pretty standard hold, but just Carrigan alone towards long. But now the rush sequence is over. He can actually get in like a smarter spot. He's still going to be playing right by the door. Will this work out for him?
Well, it certainly has. Kerrigan with 2, blinded up, but sprays into the only access point they have. Not hard to locate if your accuracy was already on point, in place. And Fallen manages to get the response, but it comes at the price of both Fur and Bolts. Meanwhile, back toward middle, Rain's on catwalks too. He's snuck out, but had no idea Rain was behind him. Guardian even double checks, says, oh, yeah, that's you there.
I see what you're up to. Well, that's great stuff by Rain. Stewie had no idea. And those 2 kills from Carrigan, he got me so annoyed if MIBr. We even flashed him, and all he did was blindly spray, and he still gets both kills. And Nico could be in a bit of trouble here, but he's absolutely fine. Gonna hit the shots, will be taken down eventually, and now 3 versus 1 for coldzera. Certainly capable of winning these sort of rounds, but Guardian puts him to bed before he even gets a chance there. Double digits for FaZe. Everything going very well for them, and maximum loss bonus with no plants in the last, well, maybe six rounds, I think, yeah. Suggests their money's going to be quite low. They've got the 3,400. So they can get pistols and some armor perhaps, but I don't think 10-5 is going to be happening. He might have to aim for 11-4 here.
Yeah, that might be the
Oh, they've actually forced for this?
best case.
Cold Zero all in.
No, they have. They've got, yeah, Stewie's all in. $50 left with the scout.
Yeah, okay.
And Fur as well. So this is chomping at the bit.
Well, they can get the bomb down at least. That would be enough to justify it.
It goes through. Bolt is still holding on at Long Cave. He'll go first because he has the pistol. Sacrificial lamb. To the slaughter. Or is it? He actually goes as the sacrifice. It's cold they get, but he trades it. He's now got the gun picked up from his fallen teammate. His fallen teammate's not fallen. Fallen almost falls, but now he goes down to Rain.
Bomb down.
Rain is falling.
Okay.
Fur gets him back. Nico only manages one. Fur's actually added to the total. They've got a chance at this. No bomb down as of yet. No primary weapons, if you will. One is a Galil, that's a secondary. It's not your first choice. And then they also have the scouts, but apparently the scout will do. Bomb gets thrown across as Guardian missed that first shot, turns out to haunt him in the end. Bomb gets planted, and Fur is already going on the hunt toward Long. He's spotted out by Croman, but that won't matter, and the force buy pays off.
It was looking like it was going all wrong for them, but out of nowhere, they find a couple of kills, and Guardian, if he hits that shot as they play across, they get the bomb. That's pretty much round, but a lovely scout shot from Stewie. Seals the deal. Croman left in a 2 versus 1. Not really much he could do. Third already crossed the long doors, and he comes out, gets a bit of a chance to connect some shots, but didn't happen in the end. It's going to be round number 15 now. Plenty of money for FaZe. Carrigan will pick up his dropped M4. And see if MIBr can find the 5th round. Maybe it is possible now, as they're going quickly towards shore here. Rain will be waiting on the other side. He catches him with the nades out. Good for 1. Nico will find the 2nd. 4 on 3. And Carrigan secure a long smoke down everywhere. As the player will walk out, needs to be very careful here. Didn't quite spot the feet of Bolt, and I think he was spotted in return. So that's going to be him dealt with. 3 on 3.
Mind. Fallen waits for an angle to open up, to present itself. Oh, we talked about timing last map. Same thing again. He was right to presume they would be coming toward middle. Now he's got to go back and try and regain the angle. Fires at the jumping target. Croman elects not to budge, but he may reap the rewards of his patience shortly, because if Fallen pushes through and doesn't check behind the doorway, no chance an op can recover that position. Smartly, they'll go back. AK to join. Bolt has to be patient at long. He's only got 13. Good shot, baited out by Fallen. Now that Nico's in transition on the site, Molotov will push him all the way off the boxes. They go back. What a shot from Stewie! As they seesaw back and forth across the map to force rotations, they read the fact that Croman was going to be in mid. That was brilliant. I don't know if that was a reaction or predicted, but either way, it's now a 3 versus 1 with just Guardian remaining.
Well, there we go. Final round, he has to go for it, but his options are extremely limited. He'll come up towards shore. They know it's Guardian, but they'll still challenge him. There's the first. Going to be Incendiary towards the side now. Stewie needs to be very careful. If he goes down, this could all fall apart. Flashbang goes in, draws the CZ, making a lot of noise. They give sound cues to Stewie, and obviously use that information and take him down. Not too bad in the end, actually. The fact they get 5 rounds from the way things were looking is actually quite impressive. So we'll go into the second half now. This is I keep doing this. It's MIBr's pick. It's going to take me a couple of weeks to get used to that. And we'll see if 5 rounds is enough. They picked it for a reason. Didn't have the most tactical depth there in the first half. Maybe they got a real solid CT preparation. We'll see what happens here. Bai's coming in, guarding it at the P250. So is Carrigan, actually. So trying to use the range. Suggest they might go towards long and try and challenge the CTs there with those P250s. And indeed they are. Off they go. Guardian to flash them out.
Little reload on the USP from Bolts. Wants to be fully ready for their arrival. Nico, meanwhile, catches out Fallen pushing through, but Cold responds. That's all for naught. It's going toward A. It's shut down already by Bolts, and the bomb is thrown directly to his feet. Thank you very much for the gift. I will take that. MIBr certainly will take the round. Guardians left against 4 in what is about to become a 10-6 game. He'll try and isolate Cold Zero. Has an idea of where he's gone, but can't find the shot.
There we go. MIBr right back in it now. managed to win the last 2 rounds of the first half, won the first of the second. So force buy on the cards for FaZe here. Very well versed these particular weapons, Deagle CZs. I'm sure they can cause a bit of a dent here. Let's see what they've got at their sleeve. Round 17. 4 players of Armor Guardian saving money for obvious reasons. Using the smoke at the start to avoid scout damage, and that will do it. Removes Carrigan from the equation.
Oh, good night. Croman, oh, nearly took his teammate's head off. Bit antsy on the trigger. Run boost for Guardian. Fly, Angel, fly. Wow, that was actually kind of cool. Run boosted all the way around and dropped over the one ledge. Just disappeared out from under Fallen's eye vision, his eye sight. That's what I was going for.
His eye vision.
His eye vision.
He uses his thinking brain.
Yes. I don't use my thinking brain enough, apparently, as Rain waits with bomb planted to try and hold off with a Deagle. Does a tremendous job finding Fur, but that's all he will get. And the round goes to MIBr.
Certainly does. It was a decent attempt by FaZe. They get a kill, the bomb down, but MIBr too strong. And we'll keep 4 players alive to be Nico now for FaZe. And this is where things get very close indeed. 10-7 and almost guaranteed to be 10-8 as MIBr now have 4 rifles and a scout. Should just be PD-50s and Deagles here. Here's Rain with the only kill they got, but a decent one. Allowed them access towards the site. They'll be looking to replicate that sort of work. If they can have a plant here, that'd be great, but no armor this time.
Rotation already in effect from Cold. Rain hopes that someone's hiding behind the doorway, Henry. Croman up the stairs. MIBr a chance to bring this to 10-8. Go. Substantial damage dealt his way, and they've got to be careful. Run boost yet again. This time it lands above. Fallen goes back out, tries to hit the headshots on the scout. It's more important for Cold, I think, to stay in the picture in this point, because the Fallen scout has already been forfeited in favor of his Deagle. It's the M4 that's going to do the bulk of the damage. Nico manages to find one and somehow evade. The damage being dispelled from Stewie, but as you heard it, bomb defused. The fact they got a bomb plant down going into the first gun round is still beneficial. This will give them a much stronger buy, and immediately Guardian's going to bring out the AWP.
Well, they get the plant down. That'll be enough to give them a decent buy here. As you can see, the Guardian all coming out for the first time on the T side now. They might be able to put themselves right back in this one. 10-8, anyone's game at this stage. Not looking so jovial over in the FaZe cam now. It was a very comfortable first half. 19, and what's the play here? Not going to be going for the straight up long take by looks of things. Throwing some initial grenades. Gold Zera, flash in the corner. Already got an incendiary down at the door. It's absolutely fine at this point. Nice little smoke there. To land right in there.
Well thrown. He knows his trigonometry. Nico back out to tunnels. He and Carrigan will work in tandem, and Stewie playing on the right side has one up them. He is the master of that tunnel. Bolts will check to confirm that no one has snuck out at long and gotten in behind the dumpster. In doing so, and in clearing it, he's able to work his way in behind the door. Croman, although it looks like he's staring behind the door, he's actually waiting for someone to push it through. We'll see if he can predict another run boost. They're loving them. Rain. Ooh, that one nearly worked.
For now. They have got the advantage, and Bolt's looking to extend it. Takes down Croman. 5 on 3, 35 seconds, and FaZe looking too hot this round. It's going to take something absolutely monstrous from Nico here to get it back in the round. At least he does manage to dodge the first AWP shot. His teammates getting ready to go up towards short. A desperate attempt here. Molotov the side. Try and go in together, but those Molotovs have not hit coldzera at all. He'll be getting 1 kill here. Does get flashed off somewhat, but Fallen's there to back him up. Looks like that's going to be the round of only 10 seconds remaining. coldzera, there's the kill, and should be able to get this last one as well. Maybe not. It's getting a little bit dicey, but there it is. Gives you the USP just to get that final kill. 10-9 now.
Keep in mind as well, as it is coming to 10-9, that if FaZe get through to the playoffs, which I expect they will either way, they have a chance to wrap up the Grand Slam at this event. They've already got 3 of 4 in a series or a sequence of 10 events, so 3 of 4 required for that $1 million bonus in doing so. Astralis can find their 3rd at this event, and they can also, at anyone who beats FaZe, if it's in the final, can win. That's 100,000 for denial? Or 250?
Yeah, 100,000, yep. So, not bad at all. You kind of want FaZe to get to the grand final. If you're at this tournament, it's like, oh, I'd love an extra 100K if you're one of the front runners. But there's Nico. That's more promising now. A couple of kills for FaZe here.
Solid on the scout. Very good. Positioning is great as well on top of the wall. At Cat, he was able to see over top of the smoke. Stewie finds one of the AWP, goes back out, can't hit the second shot. He's been dinked. He's got to be careful. He's being overrun. He's down. Couldn't find a single shot of the last 3 he fired. I think a bit of panic started to ensue once he was dinked. Guardian happily retrieves the AWP, and we know how menacing he is with it. So does coldzera. As he'll fall, we go 11 rounds now for FaZe. The one that arguably they shouldn't have won out of the last 2, given that it was a scout that started things off and not much else to work with.
Very true. 11-9. Money getting a bit problematic for MIBr. Sure, they won the first 4 rounds, but so a few of them were quite expensive. To be fair, they did keep 4 players alive pretty much every single round. Money not amazing for them. Going to be boosting above the smoke, and my goodness, you could see how quick Guardian had to react to that. Fallen was ready to go. And there it is. Up now in the hands of Fur. As FaZe go very quickly. I'm sure here coldzera spray gets a little bit out of hand. Bolts though, still alive and kicking. Didn't take much damage at all there. Actually 0 as he holds the pivot. The bomb presumably planted towards shore now.
Exactly that. Guardian the 1-2, so bolts in the pit. He's going to get locked essentially in that position for the rest of the round. He might be able to get away, sure, but he's going to be rendered useless in that position. Teammates are already trying to save over toward B. It's Nico that's heading in that direction to see if he'll spot them. Luckily, Stewie's ready with the AWP. Guardian has gotten bolts down. So 11 becomes 12, and that's off the back of the scouts and then overrunning of Stewie in the last round. That's now amounted for the economy to be established. It's the other economy that's falling apart on the Made in Brazil side. They're left with an M4 and an AWP. The money in disarray, as you would say, Henry. I think you would say.
I think I'd probably say that, yeah. Sounds like one of mine. Look at that long spawn, though. Don't really have to tell you what's about to happen here. Rain, licking his lips. He's ready to go.
You're going to give him... Okay, I thought he was going to get an op thrown his way.
Let's get him Rain Cam, see if he can open things up.
The weather cam.
The weather cam, yep.
The rain cam.
Here he goes. He's off.
So,
there's no one there, though, to be fair, so you can go back to regular broadcasting.
It is an AK, not an op, so they
Yeah.
want to flash him out rather than try and let him take the pick on the corner. They've even got a smoke down to get him closer. He's already there. The fact that that smoke is in position, though, does deter them from walking around. Then they can actually set, as you said, there's no one there, passively toward A with an AWP to watch down in that angle, because they do have an AWP that was carried over by Stewie.
They certainly do. Stewie watching from the A side right now. Did hear the flash come out of long, but nothing there, seemingly. He'll hold towards short at this point. If you're smart right now, FaZe, you ideally want to get your AWP in towards the pit, let him get stationed there, and then you go back to an A split, perhaps. It can be a little bit scary trying to cross over long unless you get the perfect smokes down. It looks like they're going to be doing those anyway. That's a nice little smoke. Should land all the way in CT spawn, I would imagine. Indeed it does. That's quite lovely.
That's pretty cool. Bit of artistry. Stewie takes out Croman. Couldn't find a second on the cross. That AWP gone. Look at the array of kills that come in favor of FaZe Clan. That was so quick that 3 players went down. First shot on that op. If he had found the second, I was about to give them a massive chance in the round. That's gone for. We'll have to save the M4 once more. So 13 now for FaZe. You said it. This is MIBr's pick.
Absolutely. It's Mirage next, and FaZe looked pretty deadly on that map recently. Obviously, did win Belo Horizonte recently. It wasn't the most convincing final. They did let some howlers slip by. It went all five maps.
Both teams had maps that were questionable. It was like really one-sided at the start, swung the other way. They were down, what was it, 11-0 at one point, and
lost the round.
Still lost the map.
Cash, wasn't it?
Cash, yeah. It was a very bizarre finals. The fifth map was actually exciting and made it all worthwhile, but it was bizarre otherwise. Speaking of the other finalists, Mouse Sports, they've just dropped the first map to Ents in overtime.
Oh my goodness, easy for Ents. The memes are back.
Yeah,
They're relevant again. That's kind of exciting. An actual full finish lineup as well, with Alu in it, for anyone who hasn't been following them. So, that's cool.
Alu.
I'll be honest, I thought when I saw that announcer, that's the end of his career, but maybe it's just starting something new and exciting. coldzera first kill, quickly responded by Croman there. Carrigan, nice shot towards Fallen. This is the buy from MIBr. And coldzera looking. Croman gets this kill. That was incredibly well played by him. Well, I think I'm a big fan of his. I think he's going to be an amazing player. I think FaZe should consider keeping him.
You know what? Because there is a rumor going around that they're going to try and get a more permanent replacement for Olaf.
Do you want a free transfer? This won't cost anything.
Croman is, I actually don't think it's a bad idea.
Because you've got someone who's got little experience, right? New to their rookie year.
Mold him into whatever you need.
Carrigan can make him the perfect player for what he needs in this squad right now. He can do whatever you want. He's not going to have any ego. He's not going to be wanting all the spotlight or anything like that. I think that's actually not a bad shout. You buy someone's contract out for $1 million or something like that, they'll come in and you've got another star player. I think Croman's actually, he's a very intelligent player, very talented, and he seems like a nice dude as well. So I think
apparently there's 4 players on the short list. Croman might deserve a spot on that as well. Stewie will take down the man we just praised up, but not like he had much of a chance in the round, given that Stewie was holding and trying to save a weapon. He was certainly ready, more so than Croman was a return. It goes 14 rounds now, 14-9. Just to note, to go back over just previously to that Ents topic, Sergey led the way again. 30 kills.
That's insane. Is he the one that's like 15?
I think so.
Yeah, Natu had to come with him, just like look after him on the train and stuff like that, make sure he's cool. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah, aged 16.
60. I think that's the minimum age to play in these tournaments.
That's right.
That would make sense.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Young talent coming out of Finland. I do like that Xeven has a Golden Knights hat on in his photo. Back to the game, shall we, Henry? Guardian's got Stewie down. He's going to continue on in good form as he runs by the door. Find coldzera as well. Just pistols to work with for MIBr. It looks like map point foregone conclusion.
I think you might be right. It's 5-on-2, first low. They had to eco for the next round, allow it to get to map points. Bolts with a nice deagle shot. It's not bad. Takes down Rain. But now they need 6 in a row. I don't think that's going to be happening, I'll be honest. But they'll certainly give it a good go. Money is pretty good now, about $5,500 per player. There's the replay of Guardian. 210 a career. That's the shot. And then second. That was a bit more impressive. Double orb setup. This is what got North out of the hole. See whether it works out for MIBr as well. We have one more game on the A stream to bring you after this one.
It's true.
3 best of 3s today. All the Counter-Strike, all the actions to B stream as well, Matt just said. But you want to stay here. This is where the real fun is.
Good win from Nico. Finding holds at the long corner, and Kerrigan takes down the other wing of the map. They've been clipped. Croman's gotten cold. It's all falling apart so quickly. So quickly. Fallen with the only kill so far from MIBr, and it's this late into the round that he finds Rain. It's pretty much too little too late. It's a 1 versus 5, and Guardian was waiting for his arrival. 16-9, FaZe will take map 1. MIBr's map, you said it, Mirage is next.
It certainly is. That's quite convincing. FaZe started to look a little bit shaky towards the end of the first half, but as soon as they got the guns out in the second, they looked very convincing indeed. 16-9 on MIBr's pick. And they move on to Mirage next, where FaZe are looking deadly right now. Will MIBr even be able to touch them? I'm not so sure. I'm thinking of 2-0s on the cards here. But for now, it's going to be a quick break from us. We'll be back with the desk.
ESL One Cologne.